Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I had an experience 2 days ago that just got me thinking about implicit bias. It's something I've been confronted with since I moved to the West as a teenager from Cameroon. And 2 days ago I had this experience that really got me thinking about it because to start with, everybody has implicit bias. As a human being, we all have biases. And implicit bias is subconscious, so it's not in the conscious mind. So it means that somebody can have good intentions and still behave in harmful ways. And when it comes to race, so someone can not be a racist and still behave in racist ways because of implicit bias, or someone who is for equity between men and women still end up, for example, not trusting women in the workplace because of implicit bias. They cannot take in feedback from women. Or if someone associates, if you live in a country in Europe where black people are associated to foreigners, someone will not accept that a black person is of the nationality of the country they live in, just because in their mind, when you're black in that country, you're necessarily a foreigner. So that's when you have questions like, yeah, where do you come from? Where do you really come from? When you say, for example, let's say you live in Switzerland, where do you come from? I come from Switzerland, but where do you really come from? Because in that person's mind, you cannot be from Switzerland. That comes from. So right now I live in Quebec, in Gatineau, in Canada. So my experience with implicit bias happened 2 days ago. I needed a specialist medical exam, so I went to my doctor and I was given a referral, and I called around with difficulty to find an appointment, and I sent my referral to a clinic here locally, and then they called me and gave me an appointment. So I was very excited. So I got the call giving me the appointment for the next week, Wednesday. I wrote everything down, 9:15 a.m. So the woman suggested 8:15. I said, no, I cannot, because I have 3 children. I cannot be at the clinic at the time. On Monday, 3 days later, she called again and confirmed the appointment. Come the day of the appointment, we wake up, prepare the kids, bring them to school, to daycare. I set my Google Maps. I've just recently started driving again, so I set my Google Map because I have never been to that part of our town. And then I get on the way, and then, the driving is good. Sun is shining. I'm happy that the day of the appointment has arrived. I get there, and then it's like 9:07. I was like, oh, perfect, just on time. I go down. It wasn't in the basement. I go down, clean my hands, and then I get in. I go to the counter, and I meet the receptionist, and then I give my name, and then I say I have an appointment at 9:15. That's when things just went wrong, because she just got super upset and told me my appointment was at 8:15, and then that I missed it. I said, no, it was at 9:15. I told the doctor I couldn't come at 8:15. I wrote it down. I took out my phone. I showed her. She said, no. She was adamant. She was like really cross, very dry in the way she was talking to me. And that it was at 8:15. The doctor cannot accommodate me now. There are many other patients to see. I have to leave, and then the doctor will call me in the next days and then set a different appointment. I was just like, no, it's not true. She called on Monday. I cannot make that mistake twice. She was like, no, you have to leave. You missed your appointment. You should have been there when we set an appointment time. You have to come on time. Oh my God, I don't know. Like, the me before would have said okay, and I would have left and called, I don't know, a friend and be ranting, so angry. No, I didn't expect it. I burst into tears. I started crying. and then her colleague was there. They were taken aback. Even I just sat there on the chair. I was just crying. I told her it's not okay. I cannot just leave. I wanted the exam done today, and so she wouldn't listen. And then I was crying. They said, okay, then we go check with the doctor. So they went, and then the doctor came out and then told me, yeah, your appointment was at 8:15. You should have been here at 8:15. It's exceptional. We are going to do the exam for you, but it's exceptional. Next time you'll be on time. And then I said, okay. And then they said, okay, bring out your health card. So I take out my health card, and I go back to the counter. So I stand up and I go back to the counter to the woman, and then she says, okay, let me check your phone number. Is your phone number 51? I'm like, no, that's not my phone number. And then the page she had in front of her, I looked, and it had a foreign name on it. I wouldn't say from where, but yeah, it had a foreign name. It was not like a Quebecois name. It was Aisha something. And then all of a sudden she starts panicking. She starts saying in French, oh my God. And then she takes the 9:15 appointment, and she looks on it, and it's my name. That is, she said, it's your phone number, this. I'm like, yeah, that's me. She was, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She was shaking. She was, and then I know she was really sorry. I know, I could see even when I left after. I know, but the thing is, when she saw me coming, and even though I gave her my name, she had already convinced herself when she saw me at the door that with that name, with the name she had on her paper, I could only be that person. She didn't think that we could be two. So it could only be that person, that 8:15 person, So even though I gave her my name and everything, she didn't listen to it, because my name is very Aisha and Miriam. That's quite different. So she had convinced herself I was that 8:15 appointment. So that's what implicit bias is. This doesn't have much consequence, but still, if I had left that office, I was just so frustrated because I was sure I didn't make a mistake, and I didn't know where the mistake came from. That's why I was crying. I was not crying for them to accommodate me. I was crying because it was an exam that was stressful, and I waited for that day to come, and I go there, I organize myself, I go there, and then I get that kind of like a very harsh welcome. And so when I get into the office, the doctor tells me, I'm very sorry, my colleague convinced herself that you're the 8:15 appointment. And that's what implicit bias is. I just listened to what she said, and then I'm like, yeah, I didn't say anything to her, but in my mind I was like, yeah, that's what it is. She convinced herself that I was the 8:15 appointment, but based on what? On subconscious thoughts that she herself isn't aware of, because implicit bias are unconscious thoughts we have about people. It means that there are some generalizations we have about people that we don't even know we have them, and they drive our behavior. I could have missed that appointment. I was right on time, everything, but I could have missed it because I could have left. If I had listened to her harsh tone, I could have left that office, and then I would be on my way driving. I wouldn't pick up the phone, and then when I would get home, I would get messages that, oh, I'm sorry, this appointment, it was your appointment. You see what I mean? But when we think of that in the workplace, when we think of promotions and things like that, these things come and influence people, because bias we have about certain groups, like certain minority groups, might make us feel more comfortable, recognize ourselves more in people who look like us. And this, we have to check ourselves. I don't know the solution, like the steps we can all do as humans to check what kind of biases we have. But yeah, they are there, and they drive behavior. When I left the office, the woman was still apologizing. I'm not upset at her. I know that she's really very sorry, but I just felt that it was really a case of implicit bias, and yeah, an example of it that could get us all thinking. But this is something I've been confronted with, as I said, since I moved to Europe when I was a teenager, where people behave in ways that are harmful and they think they're actually being helpful. So thank you for listening, and till next time.